Good.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the wedding of Jim and Tula. My name is Jackie Walker, and I feel privileged and honoured to be here today to be the official marriage celebrant. Although both Jim and Tula are fluent Greek speakers, today's ceremony will be conducted in English, and Jim's sister Nikki will translate some of the parts in the service according with the Marriage Act. I take this moment to ask you to switch your phones onto silent. The wedding party have told me they are happy for you to take photos, but please do not post any to social media until after the afternoon reception. They would love it if you could please send any photos you take today to them over the next few days, especially of the Greek dances. We do have a professional photographer here, so please be mindful of not getting in Simone's way. George is also videoing the whole ceremony and parts of the reception, so feel free to give George a wave. Please come closer, everyone, as Tula is about to arrive with her children, Eleni and Nikos. I now invite you all to please stand for the arrival of the bride. Music is playing, Evdoxia by Wedding. So you two can hold hands now. Family and friends, please be seated. You can let go if you want. So, Nikki, if you repeat after me, that would be great. I am duly authorised by law.
I'm duly authorised by law
To solemnise marriages.
to solemnise marriages
According to law.
according to law.
Before you are joined in marriage.
Before you are joined in marriage,
In my presence.
in my presence,
And in the presence of these witnesses.
and in the presence of these witnesses,
I am to remind you.
I am to remind you
Of the solemn and binding nature.
of the solemn and binding nature
Of the relationship into which you are now about to enter.
into the relationship into what? Into which you are now about to enter.
Married according to law.
Marriage according to law
In Australia.
in Australia
Is the union of two people.
is the union of two people
To the exclusion of all others.
to the exclusion of all others,
Voluntarily entered into for life.
voluntarily entered into for life.
Thank you. Don't go anywhere. Thank you, Eleni and Nikos, for travelling from Greece to be with your mum today. We are gathered here to witness a joining of two lives. This is a celebration of love, friendship, commitment, and of course family. Today's wedding is the joining of two families, as both Jim and Tula are parents and grandparents. Despite what is happening in the world around us, a wedding gives us the opportunity to step away and celebrate love, hope, and togetherness. Today that is the rekindled love of Jim and Tula, and we have Facebook to thank for that. Jim and Tula knew each other back in the mid-70s. Well, actually, they were high school sweethearts, right up until the time Jim's family migrated to Australia. That is where they lost contact. No Facebook back then. They both went on with their lives and had their own families, but never forgot each other. This is where Facebook came in. Jim was playing around, trying to navigate around Facebook and search for Tula. After a few months of chatting via Messenger, Jim was on a flight back to Greece, and here we are today. Following a Greek tradition called the Common Cup, Jim and Tula are going to take 3 sips of wine each from this cup. This well-known Greek tradition represents a successful union. And to complement this tradition, I'd like to ask Jim and Tula's children to come forward to read a verse from the Bible. Eleni, Nikos, Nicholas and Olivia. The reading is Gospel, John 2, 1:11. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to John. Thank you all. It is now time for the exchanging of the rings. This represents the vows and promises the bride and groom have exchanged, that they signify to the world that they belong to someone special and someone special belongs to them. Jim, do you take Tula to be your wife, to love, honour, comfort and cherish her from this day forward, forsaking all others for as long as you both shall live?
I do.
Jim. Repeat after me. I call upon the persons here
I call upon the persons here
present to witness that I,
present to witness that I,
James Stephen Peters,
James Stephen Peters,
take thee,
take thee,
Batula Christa Christakos,
Fatula Christakos,
to be my lawful wedded wife.
to be my lawful wedded wife.
Now we'll just repeat that with the interpreter. I call upon the persons here
I call upon the persons here
to witness that I,
witness that I,
James Stephen Peters,
James Stephen Peters,
take thee,
take thee,
Batula Christa Christakos,
Fatula Christakos,
to be my lawful wedded wife.
to be my lawful wedded wife.
So I'll get you to repeat this. Tula, do take Jim to be your husband,
Tula, do you take Jim to be your husband?
to love, honour, comfort,
To love, honour, comfort,
and cherish him from this day forward,
and cherish him from this day forward,
forsaking all others,
forsaking all others,
for as long as you both shall live.
for as long as you both shall live.
I do.
And then you repeat after me, or after the interpreter. I call upon the persons here
I call upon the persons here
Call upon the persons here
to witness that I,
to witness that I,
to witness that I,
Fatula Christa Christakos,
Fatula Christakos,
Krista,
take thee,
take thee,
James Stephen Peters,
James Stephen Peters,
James Stephen Peters,
to be my lawful wedded husband.
to be my lawful wedded husband.
to be my lawful wedded husband.
I give you this ring in God's name,
I give you this ring in God's name,
I give you this ring in God's name,
as a symbol of all that we have promised,
as a symbol of all that we have promised,
as a symbol that all that we have promised,
and all that we shall share.
and all that we shall share.
and all that we shall share.
Jim and Tula, you have promised in front of all of us to love each other, share your lives together, and begin this new journey with your families. It now gives me great pleasure to declare that you are husband and wife. Jim, you may now kiss your bride. Family and friends, it is now time for Jim and Tula to sign the certificate of marriage. I call upon John and Nikita to be their official witnesses. Please feel free to mingle among yourselves. We'll only be a few minutes. Music is playing from this moment on by Shania Twain and Brian White. Did you want to say something before we start? Is that in a minute? Okay. To Brian. Friends and family. In a moment, I'll hand the microphone over to Christopher, Jim's brother, who will be your MC for the remainder of the day. We invite you to stay close for some family photos and And then you're invited to go to the garden for drinks and nibblies while Jim and Tula have their first photos taken as husband and wife. But first, I would like to present the new couple with their certificate of marriage and would like to introduce to you for the very first time, Mr. and Mrs. Peters. Please congratulate the happy couple. Off you go.
Thank
The
you.
music is playing. Oh, clap your hands together. Okay,